Hey guys! Hey guys! Welcome back. This is History Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1 Episode 34 of my show, but it's about Episode 33. Now once again, before I start talking about it, I just want to thank you guys for your support with the channel and stuff. I got like 46 subscribers and I'm hoping to get to 100 sometime soon. That's my goal for right now, is to get to 100 subscribers. And if we do get to 100, I am really going to be pleased with that. Oh, and also, a month from now, on May the 20th, is going to be like my 1 year anniversary with my channel and stuff like that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way for you guys. So if I'm still working on this, so if I'm still working on this series by the time May the 20th of this year goes around, I'll put something in the description of the video saying that I my 1 year anniversary with my channel and stuff like that. I just thought I'd tell you guys that to get that out of the way. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. Anyway, getting back into it, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 34 of my show, but it's about Episode 33. And, this episode is, it's called, in the English dub, Episode 33 in the English dub of Season 1 is called Out on the Town, which is kind of a really funny kind of title for it, because the town is mostly where it takes place, and and then while when the episode starts, there's these two voices talking, and one of them is saying that they're in the human world and they want to have lots of fun, and the other one is saying that they can have a lot of fun and stuff, and this also introduces two new characters. Like, I'll explain who the two Digimon that we're talking are called. They're called Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon. Now, Pumpkinmon is a Digimon that looks like a little miniature mannequin with a pumpkin head and a knife on the top of his head. And the Gotsumon is basically a rock-like Digimon. Now, I should just quickly mention this. I know from Season 2, I believe it's Episode 41 of Season 2, which is that Monochromon is the Digivolved form of Gotsumon. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. And then when their character bios show up, Gotsumon is telling Pumpkinmon that he can show them how to have fun and stuff. He's the most encouraging creature to have a pumpkin for a head. And then what happens is, after that, Pumpkinmon is saying when Gotsumon's character bio shows up that Gotsumon is the bomb, that they're gonna have so much fun in the real world that they might name a building up there in the Gatsu Monument where they keep all the party supplies and stuff, which is it's really funny. It's just so funny, guys. It's just funny. And then they jump off the building, and then off the car they're on, and then it goes to where TK and Matt are with their partners and stuff. And then what happens is Matt's telling TK that Suamon is telling Patamon that Matt and TK's mom and dad don't live together anymore. So even though they're brothers, they don't get to see each other as much, which is, like I said, I explained that when I did the character bios and stuff like that. And Matt is telling TK that he'll take them all the way, and then TK is saying that he doesn't have to because he can walk the rest of the way there, and then Matt saying that he knows he doesn't need to, but he wants to, and he says he has his reasons and stuff, and TK is wondering what those reasons are, and Matt saying it's because TK is his brother, and then what happens is, after that, is Patamon saying it's kind of sweet brother in love, because they like it when they get mushy and stuff, and then then TK gets mad with Patamon and stuff, and then what happens after that is they start arguing, and then Patamon says, "Fine, you don't want them around, I'll leave. I know that I'm not wanted." And then when the train stops, he flies out of the out the door of the train, and then what happens after that is Matt and Sunamon are telling TK that he better try to find him, and TK is wondering who cares about him, and Sunamon says that he thinks that TK cares about him and stuff, and then what happens after that is Matt telling TK that he better make a decision because the doors are closing like fast and stuff. And then when they get out of there, they're walking through the street, and what happens is TK saying that he thought while they're walking, he's saying he's sorry, and then Matt telling TK that he shouldn't have yelled at Patamon like that. And then what happens after that is TK says that he thought Patamon was making fun of them, and then Matt is telling TK that he knows Patamon better than that and stuff like that. And then what happens is it goes over to where Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon are, and then while they're fooling around, they're they're in this place and trying to get some winnings and stuff, and Gotsumon is telling him that some of his winnings and he'll pay him back with what he's about to win and stuff. And what happens is after that, what happens after that is basically, what happens after that is the manager of the building they're in tosses them out, and he's telling them that if they do come in here just like cartoon characters, the best they can do is get better costumes and stuff, which is kind of funny. It's funny related. And then what happens after that is, Gotsumon is saying that it's a good thing they were about to leave or they would give him a whooping, and then they start running, and then they trip over this teenager, and then she kind of insults them and stuff with the costumes, and isn't it a little early for Halloween? And then Gotsumon and Pumpkinmon are wondering what Halloween is. That's basically because she doesn't know, the human that they trip over doesn't know that they're not actually wearing costumes, they are actually real creatures and stuff, which is kind of funny related. And then Gotsumon thinks that they made the teenage student mad, and then what happens after that is they think they can reprogram it. They take out a safety mechanism, so they pull out her nose ring, and then she freaks out and she screams and she runs at them. She's like, "Get back here, you little the teenage thing is gonna teach us some manners." And then when they're running, they come into Matt, TK, and Sunamon, and then it goes to the scene where they're digivolving, and Sunamon digivolves to Gabumon, and what happens after that is, Gabumon's telling them to stop right there, and then TK is wondering if he knows who they are, and he says that he sure does. They work for Myotismon, and what happens is after that, he's saying that they're saying that they're right, but right now they're being chased by someone much more creepier than Myotismon, and stuff, which is kind of funny and stuff like that. And what happens after that is while they're running, they hide Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon, and then the human that was chasing Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon asked him that where he thinks they went, and then he points off in one direction, and then what happens is, then after that, then she runs off, and then after that, Gabumon is asking, saying that he knows why they're in the real world. Did Myotismon send them to the real world to find someone? And they say, yeah, that it's the destined kid, which is Kari, basically, and then Matt's thinking that because of that, they're their enemies. And then what happens after that is, what happens after that is basically uh, Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon are saying that they don't care about fighting each other. They just want to cruise around the city and have fun and stuff. And then they get into a little bit of mishaps and with Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon. And then later on, what happens after that is they're saying we've got next stop Hollywood and stuff like that. And then what happens after that is um, later on they see Patamon outside the store they're in, and then they run after him, and then they're and then they show and they then Matt and Gabumon and TK lose Patamon again, and then Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon show up, and they say that they bought them some ice cream, and Gabumon's saying that they don't have any money, so how did they get it? And they say that they stole it and stuff, which is kind of funny. It's funny, but it's not really that funny, but it's a little funny. And then what happens after that is later on, my Otismon shows up, and he's like, losers, failures, and then Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon are saying that they don't say that, and then he's telling us that instead of finding each child and causing panic, I find you here eating ice cream. And then they say that it is stolen. And then what happens after that is basically my Otismon saying that he doesn't care about ice cream. Did they find the 8th child yet and stuff? And they say they didn't find him. And then they say that, then he's telling them he's like, redeem yourselves by stealing the crest from these kids. And then they're both like, no problem, boss. It was just about what we were about to do. And then they start going after Matt, TK, and Gabumon and stuff. And then what happens after that is Matt is saying that he thought Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon only wanted to have fun, not fight. And then Gabumon is saying that he supposes they'd rather fight them than fight my Otismon, which is kind of right and stuff. That's kind of right. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. In my personal opinion, that's what I thought that was really right and stuff. And then when they're running, they come across Pumpkinmon, and they find him, and Matt's wondering how he got all the way over there, and he says that, isn't he amazing? And Pumpkinmon says that, isn't he amazing and stuff? And the Gabumon says that, well, he would make a nice pie, which is kind of funny, because he's a Digimon that has a pumpkin for a head, and there's a type of pie which is called pumpkin pie. That was a funny little joke. Oh my god, that's funny. That is so funny. Oh my god. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then they try to go the other way, but Gotsumon is blocking their way as well. And then they're cornered into an area, and they say that they're sorry that they had to do this, but orders are orders. But when they try to attack them, they stop. And then they say, why? Then Pumpkinmon says that why should they fight someone else always gets hurt and stuff, which is kind of right. And then what happens after that is they say it's much more fun cruising around the city and stuff. And then when they see the lightning bolt, Pumpkinmon like freaks out. He's like, oh, my husband's coming! Quick, you two better. And then Gotsumon is saying that quick, they better hide and stuff. Now, I should just quickly mention something to you guys about Gotsumon very quickly, if you don't mind. Gotsumon, I know this from Season 2, Episode 41. Gotsumon is actually the rookie form of Monochromon. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. That out of the way for you guys. And getting back into the actual story of the episode, when my Otismon shows up, they say, did they find them? Did they find them? And he said Pumpkinmon said that they didn't, but they almost had them, and he couldn't imagine how bad they were. And then my Otismon said, yes, I can imagine. You two had your chance. now I'm condemning you to my dungeon in the Digi world. And then he uses his Grizzly Wing attack to attack them. And then Tika's like, thank you, Lord Gotsumon. And then Matt's telling Tika to not look. And then it shows these two images of axe and a little rock, and they both dissolve. And then Matt is saying that those two, they really tried to save us, and he's got tears in his eyes and stuff, which is kind of good, because he's kind of upset that they're gone and stuff, because they were just trying to be their friends and save them, which is kind of sentimental, I guess. And then Gotsumon says that he's like, and he's like, and you just condemn them for no reason at all! And then it goes to the scene where they're Digimon to the champion level, and Gotsumon Digivolves to Garurumon to fight Myotismon, and then while Garurumon is fighting Myotismon, Matt's telling him to go get him, and then those two, they just wanted to be their friends, and that Myotismon should pay for what they did to him. And then he screams Garurumon, he's like, Garurumon! And then his quest of friendship goes, and then it goes to the scene where they're Digivolving to the ultimate level, and Garurumon Digivolves to Garurumon to fight Myotismon, and while they're fighting, TK's thinking to himself, Garurumon's in trouble, and it's all my fault. If I hadn't been so mean, Patamon wouldn't have left us, and we would have never ran into the Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon. And then he's thinking to himself that if those two hadn't met up with them, they wouldn't be where they are now, and he starts getting upset. And then it goes to the scene where they're Digivolving to the champion level, and what happens is Patamon notices that, and he says that he's Digivolving, and then it goes to the scene, and then he Digivolves to Angemon to fight, and then Angemon shows up and frees Garurumon from Myotismon, and Myotismon saying that they must be desperate if they brought him, and then Garurumon is saying that should they take them, but first Angemon is asking Garurumon if he's alright, and then Matt is saying that he guesses that they don't have to find Patamon anymore because of the Digivolution, they found him already, which is kind of right. And then Garurumon is telling Angemon should they take him, and then they start fighting him, and then there's this little flash, and then Myotismon says that it's time for him to take his leave, we will fight again soon, and then Garurumon and Angemon change back into Patamon and Gabumon, and then TK's asking Patamon if he's alright, and he said that he is now, thanks TK, and then TK's apologizing. He said that he's sorry that he got mad, and then what happens after that is Patamon is telling TK not to cry because it's alright, and then what happens after that is they're walking and they see this little store where Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon were looking at the clothes, trying on the clothes and stuff. Now, I should just quickly mention this. The scene with the clothes will kind of get referenced in episode, I believe it's episode, what episode is it? I'm trying to think. Episode 17 of season 2, where they're in the second season is where the clothes store will get referenced again and stuff like that. And then there's a final narration scene from Matt saying that he guesses that they shouldn't take their friends for granted, and TK almost lost Patamon's friendship, and who knows if they'll ever see Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon again, and that's basically where the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, please give it the real best you guys can, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep it digital, guys!